We have about 20,000 Arkansans imprisoned right now. And interestingly, there will be 10,000 released over the course of the coming year, and probably around 11,000 arrested and put back in prison. The cycle is just, it's unsustainable, and it's costing us a fortune.
It's so easy to go pick up prescription pills and just let it all fade away. But in the long run, this is what it ends up being, the razor wire on top of the fence.
Everybody's watching every little move you make. It's not something you want to do, I promise you that.
In Arkansas, the recidivism rate is hovering right now around 56%. So what that means is once you're incarcerated, you're more likely to go back to prison than you are to stay free. While there are many of those inmates who are in prison, I'm glad they're in prison, there are a whole lot more who are there as a result of the war on drugs and the issues of substance use in America.
Life at ACC, I mean, it's not peaches and cream, I promise you that. My name is Josh Walker. I'm 36 years old. I'm from Stuttgart, Arkansas. I'm a father of two beautiful little girls. I'm a farmer. My family owns a farm. My whole life I've been working, and came back from college, and then I guess when I got hurt and I got on the pill. When I realized that I was addicted was one morning I woke up, and as soon as my feet hit the floor, I snuck in the bathroom at my house and crushed two Roxy 30s down on the back of the toilet. So with my kids and my wife asleep in the next room, just to get the day started. Next thing I know, I'm sneaking out at night after I put my girls to bed and drive all the way to Little Rock from Stuttgart, which is an hour drive, and then to get pills, and then drive back fast as I can in the middle of the night, know I gotta go to work the next morning, and try to sneak in bed with my wife without her knowing that I left at all.
1408, Sergeant McGraw.
We are coming to the barber shop. I feel like this is a big part of my journey here. Before I was incarcerated, I had grown my hair for 7 years, so I had hair that was about down to here. We have to get one when we come in and get one when we leave, so this is where the magic happens, I guess. My name is Brooke Middleton. I'm 29 and I'm from Conway, Arkansas. I had kind of the normal childhood. I played in the orchestra, so I was like a band geek, you know. I was part of the French club. As I got older though, I started doing the college partying, and then I started working for restaurants and bars, and the drinking became a little bit heavier. I remember one night I was drinking and I went to a friend's house to smoke a little bit of meth, and I saw him shooting up prescription pain meds. And the first time that I tried it, I knew, or I thought to myself, this is probably what's gonna kill me. That was my first thought, but I couldn't stop.
Right now we have, I think, thousands of nonviolent offenders who have offended, who deserve to be penalized, but we're doing it in a way that doesn't help them and cost us a lot of money. The question is, well, what could we do different? How could we approach all of that differently? The Exodus Project is a program that's designed to work with inmates before they're released from prison. And the goal is to help them become equipped to do the things they need to do to become restored to their families.
What can we do to encourage you to believe that you can succeed? To believe that you have value? To believe that, yeah, you got a felony record. That doesn't define you.
The classes that we do are all designed to focus on changing mindset. Now, they're topically on different things. And so we have classes on entrepreneurship. We have classes designed on mobilizing your personal resources and how to make a plan and how to execute the plan. We have classes on manhood and parenting.
Something that you do that makes you happy, that you know, like he said, when did he feel like he was a success? When he opened the door, when he opened his door.
He saw how Clifton picked all that up just by being with him in that truck and at the ice house and listening to him.
And everybody's looking for us to fail. So if we fail again, I mean, it's going to be hard to come back from. I know you got to keep trying. And like I said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but it's going to be hard to even take a shot.
There are a lot of problems that we face as a society that are bigger than we are. This is one of them. This is a problem where we're going to be better if we work together.
At the end of the program, where do I want to see myself? I want to see myself with a strong relationship with God. I want my thinking, my criminal thinking, I want to be able to control it. I want to be able to control my addiction. I have a chance, it's a big deal.
In my mind, I'm going to stay clean.
Tell me this, guys. How many of you genuinely want to stay clean when you get out? Because you're going to be down there, down a dirt road, I imagine.
No.
Down a paved road. I'm good. Down a gravel road. But you're going to be where there's not a lot of support. That's what I'm saying. It'd be hard for us to scoop you up if anything went wrong. My name is Kathy McConnell, and I'm an instructor at the Exodus Project. All of my friends, when I first started doing this, thought I was absolutely crazy to put myself in this danger. I never knew what they were talking about. I think that any one of these guys here would do anything I ask them to do, or I always say I have the best bodyguards in the world. I think they would tell you that I was straightforward, that I don't put up with anything in class, that I mean business, that I have their best interest at heart, and that I'm a good cook. My son is 32, and he's been using since he was about 14. And I spent many years in a very dark place. I spent the first few years in total denial, and then I spent many years fixing him. I had to get right with myself and understand that I have no control over what that young man does. And this is my way of healing and giving back. It's my 12-step work. And by doing this for 3 years, it has healed the hole that I had in me.
I'm really not here to make friends. I mean, along the way, I do have some buddies in here that I'm real cool with, but I'm really just focused on being a better person so I don't have to come back to a place like this. I'm Jeremy Hall, I'm 28 years old. I grew up like in a drug-infested neighborhood. My mom was a crack cocaine addict, my dad was a crack cocaine addict. I started to sell because in my mind, I always told myself I never wanted to be addicted to drugs, so I kind of fell on the other side of the map with selling drugs. My lowest point really was when my twin died. He was in a wreck. He ran into the back of a 18-wheeler on opiates. I kind of felt like it's a void that I'd be trying to fill with. I started selling more drugs when my twin got killed because it did something to me. I just want to live like a normal individual because I'm tired of living this lifestyle, tired of coming back, coming to jail, tired of, telling my kids I love them over the phone. I need to be able to do that in person.
That's wonderful, bro.
You're not supposed to like this place, and they're doing a really good job of making it to where I don't like it. Hi, my name's Adam Nelson. I'm 33 years old, from Fort Smith, Arkansas. I like to joke around, real playful, sometimes too much, but I like to shine a little bit,
If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
You know, come on, man. I didn't come from a broken home. I didn't use drugs because something happened to me or I was treated bad as a kid. I had a good life. It started out with oxycodone, then went to heroin and other stuff, and then using drugs in between it, as a crutch for that drug when, you couldn't find it. Eventually started to sell drugs to pay for my drug habit. The first time I ever did heroin, I did it intravenously, and it took me to cloud 9, and then I woke up and I was in the ambulance, and they were screaming at me, and I'd feel them hit my chest again. I woke up, and she's screaming at me, and she's go, "What'd you take? What'd you take?" And I said, "Heroin." And I went back out, woke up again, and I was in the hospital. I called my mom from county jail because it just come over me real strong to apologize to her, And of course, she instantly forgave me, and it touched her that, I thought about just some of the wrong stuff that I had done to her. So we were talking about people, places, and things, and I could just see a little vision of her pop up in front of me and go, "See, I told you." It was me understanding, It was like her popping up in my head. It was really me understanding that what she was talking about.
I looked at these young men. I see my son. My son's not a bad guy. I tell him I don't want to pick up the paper and read their name. I don't want to do it. Because the reality is that in my heart, I'm afraid this is what will happen to my son.
I know one thing for sure is that if I don't change now, there's time is running out. I might not have that much time to change anymore.
This is basically our playground. This is the most freedom we get during our day. A lot of us will get out here on the volleyball court and play volleyball. I know a bunch of felons playing volleyball doesn't sound like the truth, but
you can tell up in the wire there's a few volleyballs.
Yup, we've gone through a couple of volleyballs. Yeah, this is it. This is the closest taste of freedom that we get while we're here, and we only get an hour a day. Do you think it'd be okay if I made a phone call?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
Come on in.
Mom?
Hello.
Hey, Mom, how are you?
I'm ready to come get you.
I'm ready for you to come get me, too.
Yeah. Are you nervous?
No, not at all. I feel great.
Oh, good. Good. Well, I'm getting ready to come. I'm going to get a few of your things together and bring to you so you'll have some good clothes to wear out.
Awesome. Today, I'm kind of at a place of peace, which is like rare for me. being an addict, I feel like that's the primary problem that we have, is that we have, you know, so much emotion and pain and thought, and we don't know what to do with it. You know, so it just kind of swirls around inside of us, and it doesn't have an outlet. So to be at a place of peace today is just, it's an awesome feeling. It's very liberating.
Brooke's never been this far before. Maybe he will do better this time. And you know, it's real hurtful sometimes to say, I don't think that he'll do better. And sometimes I do feel like that. You know, and I don't want to discourage him, and I don't want him to think I don't have hope in him or faith in him. But it is hard sometimes to say, I think he'll be okay.
You know, you got to take a risk. You know, you got to reach out there and step outside your comfort zone.
Really, I'm really just trying to squash all my fears. I'm trying to face all of them. This was a fear for me coming here. But when I get out, my fear is really just getting back adjusted to the world, because I've been gone about a year.
Jeremy has always been vocal. He's never had a problem, you know, just letting people know who he is and what he plans to do. But there's also been this loneliness to him, you know, having to being moved from Memphis to Arkansas.
Coming up, I felt always alone. Like I can be in a room with 100 people and still feel alone, because I feel like don't nobody understand me. I kind of feel like the outcast.
One of the most beautiful things that I hear him say is just how he wants to come back to Exodus, how he wants to mentor, how he will do that.
I don't want this to be the last place I end up before I leave this world. I want to see the world. I want to go some places. I want to do a whole lot of more stuff that I ain't been doing.
Yeah.
So to do that, I need to do some stuff I ain't never did before.
If I had to stay inside this building all day long, I would go crazy.
These are state issue clothes. This is just another part of showing you that you're just a number. You know, you're not a person. Everybody's gonna abide by the same dress code. They take that. That's one thing they take from you, is your individuality. You're not an individual here.
You know what I miss on a day like today? Man, I miss some fleece flannel pajamas, and you know what I'm saying? An old thermal top, and to get my house shoes and just kick back. That's what I miss. I can't wait to get in something other than this.
10 to 6.
What's the time? Well, it's just the way.
We were told one time that Josh was dead, about 6 months before our youngest son had OD'd, when they brought him back.
One of the things that shocked me was how big the problem is, and people have no idea.
It's serious.
It's a big deal.
You can't put it in words.
It can't be put into words.
I want my dad and my mom to be able to say they're proud of me. And I'd love for them just to smile for once. The only thing since I've got my addiction that I haven't quit on is drugs. I've quit on my family, my friends, any responsibility that I've had. So I'm not gonna quit on this.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna go take it to the crash gate. I'll get you your clothes for baby boomers, get changed out. And about 10 o'clock, I'll call you out and you'll be out the door.
Sounds good to me.
All right, man.
I am excited to rebuild these relationships with my family and my loved ones. I feel like that's such an important part of life that I've been missing out on due to my addiction. So I'm blessed to be able to do that.
There he is. Oh my gosh, freedom. Freedom! How are you? So glad to see you. You have clothes on. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, honey.
You look really nice.
Thank you. Doing okay today?
Yes. I don't think
Ready?
there's any way I could be doing any better in my life. Physically, I found myself in prison, but that's what it took for me to realize how mentally imprisoned I was. And So this experience has helped me to break those chains that I didn't even know I was wearing for so long and find freedom I've never known.
I'm going through all my college stuff and all the stuff that I don't need anymore, but I want to save because I want to go to it for a reference because I still have time before I get released from here, and I don't want to forget some of the stuff that I went through. So I'm putting away all the stuff that I need to take with me that I want to remember, and then also I'm working on my speech for graduation. So there's no reason for me to go back to the life that I've been living. It's a scary process. If I sit up here in front of y'all and said that I wasn't scared, it'd be a lie. And that's definitely a thing that I've learned, that it's good to be scared. I miss you. Today is graduation for term 29 Exodus Project.
You been being good? Well,
just ready to talk and tell, you know, everybody, you know, the things the program has done for me.
Hello, my name is Adam Nelson, and I want to thank everybody for coming out today. What I'm up here to talk about is change and the process and the growth of change. See, behind these doors, week by week and month by month, after day by day, we peeled back layers and we got to the core issues of what's really going on. And I found out that I had a lot of pain inside of me and that I had to let that go. I chose to speak about change because change is something that we all have to go through. It's all a process, it's all a growth. And it's hard. There were tears shed in these rooms, you know? You know you're getting into some deep stuff when you gotta shut the door and your teacher goes, all right, everything that happens in this room stays in this room. But you're not hiding a dead body. You're crying, grown men crying. Look, can I get everybody to stand for just a second? My Exodus brothers only. If you want to know what change looks like through the eyes of the Exodus Project, look at us. That's all I got to say.
I've been locked up since February 5th, and when I get out, I'll be out for life. I might not be where I want to be in life, but I'm sure not where I used to be. It is time for me to take full accountability of all my actions and stop blaming the society in my childhood. The Exodus Project is a program that has taught me that I am not the only one who has failed and needs help. Thank you, family. That's all I have.
We worked really hard on this, guys. I mean, this, yeah, I'm nervous because this is hard for us to talk about. This means a lot to us. I'm here today to tell you about hope and what it means and how Exodus helped me find it. I've been locked up for 18 months. I haven't even talked to my best friend, who is my ex-wife, in a long time, or got to tell my two little girls how much I love them. But since I've been in Exodus, my faith in God and myself and my relationships have been restored. To my two little girls, I have something to say. My dad killed himself when I was 16, and I told myself I would never do that to my kids. I'd never do that. Guys, I killed myself with addiction. I turned my back on my kids, and I said I would never leave them, and like he left me, here I am for that, and I will spend the rest of my life trying to make it up to them. I know they're not here, but maybe they'll get to see this one day. One night laying in bed, it was storming, and my little girls wake up, and they can't see me. They just woke up, it's dark, and they said, "Daddy, are you there?" And I said, "Yes, baby, I'm here." And they said, "Daddy, is your face turned towards me?" "Yes, baby, my face is turned towards you." And they went back to sleep. Even though they can't see me now, I just want them to know my face is still turned towards them, and I love them forever. Out for life, it doesn't just mean out for the rest of our lives. It also means out to live life. So to all my Exodus brothers, let's get out for life. I love all you guys, man.
Love you too, Josh. I feel like we just won the championship game. That's how I feel. You know, if I could have champagne, I would, you know? No, I'm just playing. I'm non-alcoholic nowadays, you know, so. I'm proud of you. Thank you, baby.
I had a lot to say to my mom, my dad, my brother, and my ex-wife that I've told them, but I felt like a public apology, and in this setting that how it was more beneficial for me Like, I know they needed to hear it, but I needed to get it off my heart. So now, I mean, I feel better, you know. I'm actually starting to be able to forgive myself.
Exodus Project is really just showed me, don't let my past define me. Yes, I come from a rough neighborhood in Memphis, Tennessee, but that's not where I'm at right now. That's not where I'm trying to go. So I feel like, you know, I'm being the person that my brother wants me to be.
This is a fight to get back out of it. I mean, it's not even like I've been in fights. This is a war. It's really a war. Things have changed, and it's all because of this place, and I'm indebted for the rest of my life.
You know, I like to do everything for everybody and impress everybody and all that, but this time it wasn't about that. It was a selfish move to change myself so I could change for my family and change my whole life as a whole. With that being said, Adam Nelson's out for life. Microphone drop, I'm out.